Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Saleh Abdurrahman. I'm a senior computer science major, political science minor from Baltimore, Maryland. And today I will be presenting my project, Predicting Real Estate, a data science analysis of the Baltimore City housing market. My project focuses on predicting real estate trends by utilizing a data science approach to build and evaluate models that forecast residential property sale prices. The goal is to move beyond making simple assumptions and provide concrete, data-driven insights that are valuable for not only real estate agents, but also investors or city planners. This project is structured around the standard data science workflow. And first, we'll take a look at the foundation. My objective is to develop a robust regression model to predict sale prices across Baltimore City. This requires balancing model accuracy with interpretability. And for the data source, I leveraged the publicly available real property information dataset from Open Baltimore. This was a powerful, comprehensive resource that contains structural details like square footage and year built, along with transaction history for over 230,000 parcels. And that scale allowed me to capture the market's true complexity. Before any modeling could begin, I had to run the data through a rigorous pre-processing pipeline, which was essential for ensuring the quality of the results. First came cleaning. I basically had to remove certain records that weren't reflective of fair market value. This included filtering out properties with zero or no structure area and excluded non-arm's length transactions, specifically sales below $10,000, which are often internal transfers or tax sales. Second came uh, second came feature engineering, where I converted the raw transaction dates into a useful numerical feature known as sale year. This helped capture the effect of market trends over time. And more importantly, I applied one hot encoding to categorical variables, particularly neighborhood, which is central to property value. And finally came scaling. Here, I applied standard scaling to the primary numerical features like lot size and structure area. This step prevented features with larger numerical ranges from influencing the models, ensuring fair convergence, especially for the linear model. Moving on to exploratory data analysis, or EDA, the first thing I saw was the target variable, the sale price. And as you can see in the histogram, the data is heavily right skewed. This is typical for real estate as most properties cluster in the middle price range. But the presence of a few multi-million dollar luxury homes pulls the distribution tail far to the right. In order for regression models to perform optimally, the target variable should be normally distributed. Therefore, I applied a log transformation to the sale price. Moving on to next, I investigated the relationship between structure size and price. The scatter plot illustrates a definite positive correlation between structure area or square footage and the final sale price. However, you may notice the increasing variance as the property size grows. This tells us that for smaller homes, prices are relatively constrained, while for larger homes, prices are extremely spread out, suggesting that while size is important, it is the location or specific neighborhood that acts as a critical moderating variable, determining the price ceiling. Based on the EDA, I chose two distinct regression models to benchmark performance. First, linear regression. This served as the baseline. It's highly interpretable, and if the complex spatial factors weren't so dominant, the simple model would be enough by itself. And second, decision tree regressor. This was my more complex model. I chose it specifically for its power to capture nonlinear relationships and interactions. Decision trees excel at segmenting data based on thresholds, which was perfect for capturing discrete value changes between different neighborhoods or structure types. The results were clear. The decision tree model significantly outperformed the baseline, explaining 78% of the variability in housing prices. The simple linear regression model, while decent, lagged behind with only 62%. This validates the hypothesis from the EDA. One of the most important aspects of using a decision tree is the ability to analyze feature importance, which tells us which characteristics truly drive value. This chart breaks down the proportional influence of the top four predictors. Unsurprisingly, structure area, aka the overall size of the house, is the dominant predictor, accounting for a massive 45% of the model's predictive power. Close behind, neighborhood accounts for 25%. This confirms that the location is the single most important contextual factor. Baths and year built follow, each contributing meaningfully to the final valuation. This analysis tells us that for any property valuation or investment strategy, size and location must be weighted far more heavily than structural details like the number of bathrooms or the age of the house. To summarize and provide actionable insight, tree-based models are demonstrably better suited for a heterogeneous urban housing market like Baltimore's, greatly outperforming simpler linear models by capturing complex nonlinear location effects. And for real estate investors, renovations that increase square footage will yield the highest potential return on investment, or ROI. But this ceiling is strictly dictated by the specific neighborhood. A large house in a lower value area will not command the same premium as an identical house in a high value district. Ultimately, while my model is strong, it's not perfect. Incorporating external data sources such as local crime rate and school district ratings could easily reduce the mean squared error MSE even further. If there are no further questions, thank you for your time and attention.